Hello, beautiful, wonderful, darling loves of mine. I'm going to preface this video by saying, one, my anxiety is real bad today, so I've been trying to navigate that. Two, it is so warm in this apartment. And three, sorry for the rather lackluster composition, but this is where I could get the best light and also not be sitting in direct sunlight. So my energy in this video is a bit strange, that's why. I'm also hopped up on sweet tea, so. Because I keep trying to make warm cups of tea and I just can't do it, it's too hot. But it's just so warm. It's so warm. And like, yeah, it's only 87 or whatever, but when you don't have AC, that's super hot. I get now why everyone in London, when it hits like, 30 degrees Celsius, why everyone in London is like, ugh, because you don't have AC. Whereas like in Texas, it usually gets up to like, 98, 99, 100, which is like up towards 40 degrees Celsius. And everyone's like miserable, but everyone there has air conditioning, so at least they're not miserable all the time. Anyway, we've got quite a few questions today. Which is very exciting. So get your sweet tea, or if it's winter where you are, I'm very jealous, send me some snow, and get cozy. So, okay. Manal Siddiqui starts us off. Hello. This is kind of an odd question. First question. This is kind of an odd question, but have you ever read a book where you're like, I belong in it? If so, what book is it, and why does it make you feel that way? Ooh! Okay, and then I'm gonna, okay. Two, do you have any tips for the SAT? And three, recently I've been struggling with an eating disorder. I want to achieve the body I want in a healthy manner. What advice would you give? Okay, so we're gonna take these one by one. First off, have I ever read a book where I'm like, I belong in it? Ooh, it's bad that the only book that's coming to mind is The Raven Cycle. I think that's just because like I so badly want to be like in a I just so badly want to be a part of that whole group. I guess I don't know if like I belong in it. It's because, okay, so one of my favorite, like my favorite sort of like tropes or AUs or whatever, it's always like college ones. So like, or like college or like high school ones where like these people are going to school, but they're also dealing with stuff that's like way bigger than school. Those are always my favorite tropes, but like also the school plays a fairly like integral part to kind of the whole thing. It's a very weird kind of like romantic trope, and so I'm attracted to a lot of that literature, like The Raven Cycle. The Raven Cycle is like a YA thing, and then I love The Secret History because it's just a bunch of rich, pretty people with too much time on their hands that are also so smart. So that's kind of like one of my favorite genres of literature, and I think those are the ones that I would like to be witness to. I don't know if I want to be in them. Like, I don't want to be in The Secret History because that book gets so sad. I would love to be in The Raven Cycle though. I could just hang, like, I think me and, oh, I don't know if me and Blue would get on well. I think me and Adam would probably get on okay. I think me and Gansey would probably get on the best though, because me and Gansey are both very earnest people, and so I think that we would probably get on swimmingly. But I would get exhausted of him like Blue does. Oh man. Probably The Raven Cycle. That's probably a super roundabout answer to that question, but I hope it was something. Do you have any tips for the SAT? I don't. The SAT was so long ago for me. That was like 6 years ago now. I don't remember anything about preparing for it, frankly. I know I did not do great because I didn't really study for it. Like I could have done, I did fine in like my English and stuff. What did I get? I got a 2050, which is fine. I got a 2050 on that, and then I got a 33 on my ACT. I was amazed I got a 33 on my ACT because I didn't study for that at all. I did not look at any review material or anything. I just showed up to the testing center and I was like, I'm here to do this thing, and then I got my test back and I was like, yo. And then I got, I had to be examined because people thought that I had like plagiarized my answers or copied my answers from people, and I was like, excuse you? So, but that was the ACT. I don't know anything about the SAT. I don't remember what I did for that. I think I did like a little bit of, I think I got one of those like, you know, College Board SAT prep books and like kind of flipped through that a bit. I did not do well in my mathematics section just because I've never really been great at math. But like make sure you review the rules, like skipping questions. Because like how much, you know, an unanswered question weighs versus like a non-skipped question. I know like whether or not it's better, if you don't know the answer to a question, whether or not it's better to guess or to just skip it altogether. I know that different websites have different things like that, and I think like the values change or something, I don't know. But I would just recommend going to like College Board, searching on YouTube for like people with great SAT scores and like what their study tips were. When I was in school, when I was in high school especially, my approach to my studies was so not focused the way I feel like a lot of StudyGram and like Study Blur stuff is. I was just like, I'm just in high school. And then when I got about halfway through college, I discovered Study Blur, and I was like, man, if I had approached high school like this, woof, probably would have retained a lot more of the information. Anyway, so I can't help you with the SAT. I'm sorry. And then your eating disorder. So I don't have an eating disorder. I would say that I suffer from like slightly I have disordered eating habits, I guess. Like I skip meals a lot, just cause like I sometimes forget because I get too wrapped up in whatever I'm working on, or I just won't have, like I'll be hungry and I know that I should eat, but I don't have the energy or the spoons to like go get something or to cook, and so usually I just don't eat, which is not good. So I'm trying to get better about that by like meal prepping and stuff. But in terms of achieving the body that you want in a healthy manner, depending on the severity of your eating disorder, I would absolutely recommend seeking professional help. I would recommend talking to your doctor about it, if you feel safe doing so. But if it's sort of something where you can feel bad thoughts are starting to sort of kind of creep into your brain, then the thing is that disordered eating isn't going to get you the body that you want. Skipping meals isn't going to get you the body that you want, because you might lose the weight temporarily, but then as soon as you start eating regularly again, it's going to come right back on, which is only going to encourage you to eat less. So I personally, counting calories works for some people. I can't do it because it makes me get like so up in my brain and like super obsessive. Really the key to losing weight in a healthy way, it takes a lot longer than you want it to, but it's just a matter of eating food that nourishes your body and exercising. Not even like, it doesn't even need to be hardcore workouts. It can just be like going on long walks. Just a matter of getting your body moving and eating like whole, good, delicious food that nourishes your body and your heart, like in your soul. So like you're not just going to be eating like kale and stuff all day, but like you eat good healthy food that makes your heart feel good, as well as like fills your body up. I would recommend listening to So Brooke Castillo is a life coach who works a lot. She was originally like a weight loss coach. And I would recommend listening to, she has several different episodes on weight loss. I would recommend listening to those because she talks about how if you want to lose weight, it's about sort of how you change your mindset and about sort of shifting your relationship with food. So it's sort of coming at it from a very sort of like healthy, practical sense. Pick Up Limes also has a short video series on recovering from eating disorders that just sort of goes over things in a very basic way. I feel so unqualified to give advice on this, and I'm so sorry. I think the thing is though, be mindful, pay attention to what your body needs and what the bad side of your brain is telling you that it needs, because your body needs food to work. In order, a book that helped me a lot was the book Eat, Nourish, Glow by Amelia Freer. She's a nutritionist, and I think some of her stuff gets like a little bit too intense because like she's like, sugar is the devil, and I'm like, yeah, I know, but also life is short, and so I'm gonna eat the damn cookie anyway. But she has a lot of stuff in there that's about instead of seeing food as like a burden or as like a waste of time, which is how I often view it, see it as this thing that will then give you the energy to that nourishes your body and your soul enough so that you can live your life to the fullest, and so that you can live the life that you truly want to live. Doesn't mean you have to become a foodie, doesn't mean you have to become obsessed with like cooking gourmet at-home meals, but it sort of shifts your perspective. It makes you realize like, instead of this being something that I should dread, if I do this, then I can do the other things I want to do. So it's like a stepping stone as opposed to this like obstacle. So I think shifting your mindset will help, and also just adopting healthy lifestyle habits. It's an age-old thing, but unfortunately there are no quick fixes. Like K-pop idol diets don't work. Sorry, I'm sweating so much. K-pop idol diets won't work. Juice fasts won't work. Like, changing the way that your body is ultimately just comes down to eating well and moving your body. So I hope that helped at all. I'm wishing you the best, and I think you're amazing, and you can do this. It's okay, you got this. It's all good. Meal prep also helps a lot. Also, I found something that, like, if you find yourself skipping meals, setting meal times has been helping me. So like, I have breakfast around 9:30, lunch at like 12:30, a snack around like 3, and then dinner at like 6:30. And so like, having those meal times are like little alarms, kind of, so that when I see my clock, I'm like, oh, it's just past lunchtime, I need to stop what I'm doing and go eat. And that's actually been helping. So I don't know if that'll help for you, but that's just one tactic. I hope that helps. I love you. And then Sweet Stephanie. Hi, my love. Hello, my darling. How are you? I'm so sweaty, but very good. So I've got a few questions. 1, what is your best tips to calm anxiety? 2, silhouette portrait, worth it? Or should I go for the cameo? 3, how many followers should one have? How long should one have drawn before they start a shop? Sending all my love to you, Connor, and the rest of your fam. Hope we'll talk soon. We will. So first, what is your best tips to calm anxiety? Well, if it's cold outside, I'll make a cup of tea. Honestly, usually when I get anxious, I don't take the time to like put myself together. So taking the time to wash my, it's a very anxious day for me today, and I only just put makeup on before recording this video. And like, sorry, I just realized how pink this video is. So it might be color corrected by the time you watch this, we'll see. Something that helps me is like sort of pulling myself together. So, you know, taking a shower, washing my face, putting makeup on, even if it's just like mascara and my eyebrows. Making a cup of tea helps. Cleaning helps calm my anxiety a lot because it gives me something to do with all this like energy inside of me that has nowhere to go. Writing everything down that's in my brain, whatever it is. I have a like playlist on Spotify called Lightly My Darling, which is full of songs that I just love that are very soothing to me. They don't put me to sleep, but they do just like calm me down. Excuse me. Yeah, those are kind of my big ones. Tea is the main one, but sweet tea has to do because it's so hot. Silhouette portrait. I love my silhouette portrait. The main reason why I love it is that it basically does everything the Cameo can do, but it's cheaper and it's so much smaller. The Cameo is massive. The Cameo is Bluetooth enabled, and I think it's like a bit faster than the portrait, but I would say that if you're, it depends on what you need it for. Like the, also there's Cry-Cut. A lot of people say they love their Cry-Cut machines for making like stickers at home and stuff. I think it depends on what you use it for. If you're using, like I knew that I was pretty much just gonna be using my stuff to cut stickers, pretty much. I wasn't looking for anything super hella expansive. So do like, if you go on the Silhouette website, you can do like a comparison. So I ended up going with the portrait. I did get a Cameo because I was like, oh, it's Bluetooth, so then I won't have to hook them both up to my computer, but it's just so big that I didn't have anywhere to store it in my apartment. And also it took me, for some reason, I don't know why, I could not figure out how to set it up properly. Like it was nothing that it was cutting everything, it was cutting everything super misaligned, and it was just really frustrating. And I was like, I already know how to use my portrait super well, so I'm just gonna get another portrait because it's also so much smaller. So yeah, I think the portrait is great, and I prefer it to the Cameo, but again, I think it ultimately depends on what you're gonna be using it for. So, and then how many followers should one have? How long should one have drawn before they start a shop? Honestly, I think you can start a shop whenever. It's just that when you start an online shop, if you start an online shop without like a decent following, it's gonna take time for your shop to gain traction and for you to be able to sort of make a living off of it. I was lucky enough in that like I had gained this honestly like bewildering and incredible following on social media, and so I knew that were I to open a shop, there would be demand for the product that I created, and so I knew that I wouldn't just be jumping in blind, which was a very lucky, incredible thing, or incredible position that I got to be in. So I would say if you want to start a shop, but know that like you'll have to make sure that you work on like marketing and all that good stuff. I mean, I still like, I'll go days without getting an order, and like there are some weeks where I only have like 9 orders, and I'm like, this is fine, hope I can pay rent. So I think yeah, I think if you want to start a shop, just go for it, but know that it does take quite a bit of money. I took out a loan from my parents that I'm slowly paying them back for. So it takes a bit of cash in terms of just getting like supplies, getting like packaging, shipping, all that good stuff. So keep that in mind, and know that it might take a while for things to sort of get off the ground, but as long as you just keep making stuff and keep putting it out into the universe, there's no harm in just like having a shop ready to go. Because then if like, you know, you happen to be talking to someone, or like you post something somewhere, they're like, oh my god, do you have a shop? You could be like, they're like, oh my god, can I buy this? And you're like, as a matter of fact, you can. And then word of mouth happens and people talk to other people about it, and like, stuff just grows. There's lots of blog posts out there, like if you start an Etsy shop, like, I mean, because so many people start Etsy shops with no social media following, and they make, and like, it takes a while for their shop to gain traction, but like, they make their living off Etsy starting out like at nothing. And so there's lots of blog posts on like how to make my first sale on Etsy. I think there's an entire website that this woman who sells like baby headbands on Etsy that she made, because she makes bank on her Etsy shop, and it's like a whole blog on like how to build a successful Etsy business. I think Etsy is a great place to start selling online products, just because it is a marketplace, and so people can just, you know, stumble upon you. And so, and the reason I'm moving off Etsy is just because I know that now I have sort of an established customer base, and so moving to my own independent platform isn't as scary, because I know that I have at least a good handful of people that will follow me over. But I would recommend starting on Etsy. Start whenever you want, read up on blog posts, and you can do anything you put your mind to. I love you a lot. And also, your new puppy is so cute, such a little darling. So yeah, I love you, Steph. I'll talk to you. We'll talk soon, I promise. Sweet Brianna, hello, my love. What is one thing you've always wanted to share but never been asked about? Ooh, if nothing comes to mind, what is one thing we probably don't know about you that you feel comfy to share? Oh. Wow. Well, I guess I mention this every now and then, but I guess like something I don't like talk about a lot is the fact that I'm bisexual. And I get so happy whenever I say it out loud. I get like giddy, because I only sort of realized it when I was like a junior in college, which is silly. There were so many clues before then, but I was just a fool. I remember when I came out to my sister, she was like, I thought you were gay for a while. And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah. I was like, I'm not surprised. But yeah, I just, I guess, I don't know. It's something that never really gets brought up, and I just, I'm getting emotional. I love being queer. It feels, it's just, it makes me so happy. And I love living in a city and being surrounded by people and friends that are just so down for whoever I am. I don't know why I'm getting emotional talking about this. I just am. I'm really proud to be bi. And I know that a lot of people say it's not real. Sorry, my camera cut out randomly right in the middle of me crying. But I know a lot of people say that bisexuality isn't real, and people say it's just a phase and people are doing it and you're just doing it so you can be interesting and get attention and shit, which is stupid, frankly. Yeah. I'm very proud to be bisexual, and me being in a heterosexual relationship with a man doesn't change the fact that I am still a queer woman, and it doesn't diminish my queerness in any way. And yeah, I never really talk about that. So thank you, Bree. That just made my day. Thank you. Again, I don't know, that got me so emotional. Also, if you're, whatever it is, whoever it is that you identify as, I just need to reaffirm that you're valid as hell. And honestly, fuck anyone who tells you otherwise, because they don't know you the way that you know you. And I think you're incredible, as long as you're not hurting other people. Do whatever it is that makes you happy, and be with whoever it is that makes you happy, and call yourself whatever it is that makes you happy, whether or not whether you like labels or don't like labels, whether they like, you know, just be whoever it is that you are, and grow as you grow, and you're incredible. So thank you, Bree. Again, I'm sorry that my video cut out. I was like, I'm crying and my camera just beeped. What's going on? So my camera was like, we can't have any of this. This is too emotional for a Q&A. So thank you, Bree. I love you. Monica Goodwin. Hello, my love. Hello, Cheyenne. Hello. I hope you are having a lovely tea-filled day. I am. I'm like jacked up on sweet tea right now, y'all. I'm going through like a pitcher of this every 3 days. So I actually need to go to the corner store and get lemonade so I can make me some Arnold Palmers. One, again, I'm going to be reading through all these and then go back. One, how do you feel about your first bullet journal video being so close to 1 million views? Ah! I'll expand on that more. Two, are there any ideas you have for future videos that you're particularly excited for? Also, have you ever thought about doing a skincare routine video? I love those videos and your skin is ace, so that's why I'm wondering. Three, you've been talking a lot about wanting to design book covers moving forward. Are there any covers that you find particularly inspiring? Are there any that you're hankering to try designing? And finally, four, thoughts on TAZ Amnesty so far? Thanks so much, love. Sorry for the wordy questions. Feel free to pick and choose which ones you'd want to answer. I'm answering all of them. Oh man. Oh wait, come back. Let me see. Okay. How do I feel about my first bullet journal being close to reaching 1 million views? Honestly, that's so wild to me, because that video, cause like, I uploaded that video fully intending that it was gonna get maybe 1,000 views. Maybe, cause I was still super active on Study Rose on Tumblr at that point, and I had like, God, this was the end of 2016, almost 2 years ago. So I was super active on Study Rose, and I had almost 50,000 followers on there, and a lot of people have been asking for a flip through, so I was like, I guess I'll upload this. And so I filmed it on my iPhone. I bought like a super shitty little iPhone tripod from Best Buy, and I like taped it down to my parents' kitchen table, and I just sat there in the kitchen and just like flipped through, and I didn't block out a lot of private stuff that absolutely should have been blocked out because I didn't think about it. Because again, I thought it was going to be seen by like 1,000 people, because I guess I temporarily forgot how the internet works. So then, when by the end of the first day I had uploaded it, it's also because it was right at the end of the year, and like, I mean, I had not even begun to dive into the bullet journal community on YouTube. So, but I forgot, like, I was like, oh, this is the end of the year. This is when everyone else uploads their bullet journal flip through. So of course this is gonna be a popular search term. I didn't think about that. I was just like, this is a video people wanna see. This timing's pretty cool, let's do it. And then I did it, and by the end of the first day, I had like over 10,000 views or something. And then when I woke up the next morning, I think I was at like 100,000. It went like low-key viral. And so I was just like, yeah. And then so many people are like, so many of the comments on that video are like, your phone number's showing. And I'm like, yeah, bro, I know. At like, I think at just before 100,000 views, I changed my phone number because I was like, so, yeah, that's crazy. When that hits 1 million, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to bake myself a cake or buy myself a cake. Yeah. It's crazy just because like me uploading that video is basically what started everything else. It's what garnered me any kind of audience on YouTube. It's one of the big reasons why like I kind of switched over more from Tumblr and went from StudyBlur to StudyGram, and then like sort of then changed into my own art thing, and then like it's just wild. That video started everything. It has almost 1 million views. But so many people. Ugh. Okay. I digress. Let's see. Any videos you have? Any ideas for future videos? Honestly, not really, just because I do really want to film an apartment tour video, but the thing is that I know that I want to make sure that it's interesting, that it's not just me holding my camera and like walking through my apartment. I want to make sure it's engaging and cool looking and also informative. That also means that I have to like clean my apartment really well, and I don't have the energy for that. And also it's so hot right now, so I will probably film that when it gets colder. There are, let me see. Yeah, I guess I would love to do a skincare video. Unfortunately, most of the reason why my skin is so good is just because I have good genes. I can thank my mom for that. When I remember when I first got like super into skincare, I was like, I have to have a 10-step skincare routine. And I was using oils on my face because everyone else was using oils and also I started using them right around the time that I went off my birth control. And so I started breaking out really bad, and I was like, do I have to get back on birth control? And then I ran out of one of the oils I was using, and I was like, I don't have the money to replace this, so I'm just gonna stop using it. Stop breaking out. And I was like, good to know. So I had basically, like my last 2 years of college, I had almost always pimples on my chin. And so like, this is usually where hormonal breakouts happen. And so I was like, surely, this is a tangent you may not have asked for, but here we are. And I was like, surely it has to do something with like, you know, my birth control or something. So what can I do to get rid of these? And also because I had so many zits along here, I was just getting a lot of like hyperpigmentation too. So I had a lot of marks left over that no one else could really, like, that if you just looked at me, like they weren't hella visible, but for me, they were like all I could see. I also remember I got this super gnarly pimple in the center of my chin. It was so bad. Like I think it might have been like a tiny cyst or something. I don't know what it was, but it was awful. And after it like scabbed off, I just had like a red mark in the center of my chin for like 6 months. But yeah, once I realized that oils don't work for my face, basically I haven't had a breakout since. I gotta cup, my forehead gets a bit spotty. I would love to do a skincare routine though, because I do love skincare and taking care of my face. My routine is just very simple, and a lot of this has to do with my mom's genes, and I'm sorry. And then I do get pretty bad, when I get stressed though, I get pretty bad acne on my shoulders. So, and I know I'm stressed because my shoulders have been, lots of stuff has been on my shoulders recently. Yes, yeah, I don't know. I kind of just want to make more like weekly vlogs. Those are really fun to do. Like the vlog journaling video that I uploaded, that got way more views than I was expecting. But I think I'd love to do more of that, where like I vlog throughout the week and then like some of it is me and then part of it is like a draw with me or something. That's fun and relatively easy to put together. So I don't know. Connor and I are going to Vancouver this weekend. We're going Sunday through Tuesday, and I'm going to be vlogging that trip. So that'll be exciting. So get ready to see that. And then when I get back, or even tomorrow, I'll probably film my August plan with me. Because I feel bad that I've like pretty much stopped planning those. It's so hot. I don't want to sit at, my kitchen table is so warm. It has the best light in my apartment, but it's also the hottest because it's where the sun just like beats in. So that's fine. Okay, I digress. Sorry. And then you've been talking a lot about wanting to design book covers moving forward. Are there any covers that you find particularly inspiring? Are there any that you're hankering to try designing? So Connor and I, so we just finished reading A Monster Calls together, and the next book we're reading together is called The Wild Robot, I think. And the cover of that is so beautiful. Look it up. That one I love. I love the cover of Sweet Bitter. I think that is a phenomenal book cover. I also love the book cover of I'll Give You the Sun by J.D. Nelson. I love book covers with hand lettering. They are my favorite. Even if it's like, you know, like a serif font, if it's been hand drawn, I'm like it's just so good. If it's like really, or even if it's like a simple sort of like scrawl, but then on like a really beautifully illustrated background. In terms of ones that I would love to try my hand, as far as like one-offs, I want to design a cover for, also the ones I find inspiring are, I think it's the Penguin Books Classics collection for Virginia Woolf. I don't know who designed those book covers, but they're gorgeous. They're like kind of abstract. The colors are so good. Oh, I have to find it now. But the colors are incredible, and I just think that the compositions are really beautiful. And again, it's that thing where it's like the title is handwritten in just like someone's normal handwriting, and then it's accompanied by these like beautiful colors, beautiful layout, beautiful composition, and it's just ideal. But ideally I would like to do book covers that are maybe, that have like a bit more, you know, that are a bit more narrative in nature. So like The Wild Robot, and I would love to try my hand at the Raven Boys. Unfortunately, I'm so bad at drawing boys, so I don't know how I would go about that. I want to try my hand at doing a cover for Pride and Prejudice. I would love to try my hand at drawing a cover for The Secret History. I'm so, because I've never done it before, I'm very scared to. So it's a matter of like sort of, I'm sorry I'm itching my nose so much. It means that I'm nervous and excited. My mother gets on me, and my mother's probably watching this. Hi Mom, love you. Hi Dad, love you. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just scared to start. This is the sweet tea coming in, I can feel it. I'm scared and excited to start because I've never done it before. So it's a matter of just kind of like, just going for it. Because I just keep scrolling through, I also keep scrolling through Pinterest and just being overwhelmed by really good like packaging design and stuff. See, in my heart, I'm like, I could still be a graphic designer, but then I'm like, I hate vectors. Like, they just take so long. That's why I don't want to do logo design anymore. I have people have reached out to me recently like, would you ever do logo design? And I'm like, can't do it. So that's why I'm like, if I design book covers, do I have to vectorize them? And I was like, that doesn't make sense, because there are a lot of book covers that have like photos, and you can't really vectorize photographs. So you just have to, you just have to draw them in super high res. See, there's just so many things that I don't know, and because there's so many things that I don't know, it makes me very scared of the thing. So it's just a matter of me sort of getting over it. I'm gonna find these Virginia Woolf covers, because I want to know what the collection name is called. Virginia Woolf Classics collection covers. Also, collection covers. Also, oh yes, here they are. Oh my god, look at these. Okay. Okay, or you can like not look at them, I guess. Oh, by Anjo Maija Metsola. Helsinki-based illustrator. Ooh, we're all learning things together here. I'm sorry if this tea time is all over the place. I mean, sorry, not sorry. I'm just stoked. Oh my god. Oh, they're so beautiful. So the Virginia Woolf is obviously like all written, you know, the same. To add some uniformity to things, and the title placement is all in the same place, but like, I don't know if you can look at these. Look at them. Oh, they're so good because they're sort of like abstract tellings of what, you know, the book is about. Oh my god. Oh, so pretty. I would love to try my hand at more abstract work like this, or like pattern-based work. Anyway, that was a tangent. As far as TAZ Amnesty goes, I love it. I know a lot of people aren't super into it. I think it's incredible because I think I love Griffin storytelling, and also I love all these characters so much. I love Aubrey, my sweet, fire-wielding, bisexual, soft, goth babe. Duck, Justin's voice for Duck is the greatest. And then there's also Beacon, and now we have Heathcliff and Ned. And also like tensions are really starting to build. Also, I think it was not the past one because they most recently uploaded a live show, but the one before that when it was at the end of Aubrey's flashback when it talked about that car with the two dudes driving up to her house. I had to pause the podcast because it was like a light switch turned on. My body was covered in goosebumps and I just started crying. And I was just like, oh. And I'm so interested to know like what the deal with Aubrey is. And I love it. I love it. I don't know why some people are into it. I think maybe because like, it's more, maybe because it's like a little bit more structured than Balance was. So it's less like goofs fucking around, and it's more like them actually trying to solve the solutions and the problem and being super like into the story, and being super in character. I love it, and I think it's incredible. So yeah, okay. There's that novel of an answer. I love you a lot, Monica. And last but most certainly not least, Angie. Hello, darling. I'm so excited to ask you some questions. Thanks. I'm excited to answer them, as you can tell. What does your self-care routine look like? And 2, how do we know that we're in a healthy relationship, be it a platonic or romantic ones? What are some good signs or bad signs that we should look out for? Thank you so much for blessing us with your presence, Cheyenne. Thank you for being here. Y'all are so kind. Okay, so self-care routine. Lots of binging YouTube videos. So I have like certain YouTube videos or certain YouTube series that I like always go back to. Dan and Phil's Undertale Let's Play is an all-time fave of mine. I don't know why, but it is. I've watched it so many times. I practically know it by heart. So I'll usually like watch that, or even just like have it in the background while I'm trying to do other stuff, just because it's so familiar and I love their voices, and so it's super soothing for me. Video games, a face mask usually, tea, something sweet. I might bake if it's not too hot. If it's in the wintertime, like I'll definitely bake. Like some sort of like cookies, or like some sort of like tea cake or something. Yeah, face mask, Just myself, journaling. I love journaling. It's basically just doing nothing productive, really, and not feeling bad about it. Also cleaning. Cleaning always helps me. It really, truly does. If I feel like my apartment is a bit of a wreck right now, and so I should clean it because I know it'll help me with this like weird anxious feeling I'm having today. Sketching also helps a lot, like not sketching for a project or anything, but just doodling helps a lot. Like sitting my ass on the couch and playing a video game for hours without feeling guilty about it. I watch, okay, so the other YouTube videos I watch, I also love pimple popping videos. I'm one of those people. I know, it's awful, but I love it. Like there's this one, it's called Ga Spa, I think it's Chinese. It's like a 55-minute video of this person like squeezing blackheads, and they are so good at their job. They're so efficient. It is so satisfying. I was just like, oh my god, it's incredible. And they have like piano music in the background that I just mute. So I love pimple popping videos. I also love cooking ASMR videos, particularly peaceful cuisine. I don't like other ASMR videos, but I love the cooking ones. I like his the best because other ones, the sounds are just a little bit too ASMR-y. His just feel very atmospheric. And also the videos are in 4K and they're so damn cinematic. And then also sleeping until I wake up. Not setting an alarm or anything, just sleeping until I wake up is also another self-care thing that I do. Also, I find that, again, sort of relating back to the anxiety thing, that if I take the time to like wash my face and like wash my face, which is like a reset from the night, and then wash my face at night, which is like a reset from the day, it helps me feel like it's like a save point. It's kind of the only way I can think to describe it. So it kind of gives me, I'd be like, ah, now I'm transitioning from this thing to this thing. And now that I've washed my face and my face is moisturized and I have comfy clothes on, I don't need to worry about anything else. So if I'm feeling particularly anxious or particularly needing some self-care, I will do that earlier on in the evening and then just sit around and do nothing. So I also listen to podcasts. I'll listen to like podcasts while I embroider or something. My Favorite Murder is my favorite one right now. I'm almost caught up, which is crazy. I've just been listening to it nonstop for like 2 weeks, which might be another reason why I'm so anxious. Okay, and then how do we know, sorry, my camera cut out again. How do we know that we're in a healthy relationship, be it a platonic or a romantic one? What are some good or bad signs that we should look out for? I think I've only been in 2 romantic relationships in my life. Connor is my second. And I was so young in my first one, and I think that everyone makes stupid mistakes when you're in high school. I think that if you, well, one of the reasons why my first relationship ended, I'm honestly glad it did. The biggest reason is because the dude just turned into a dick, frankly. He just turned into a hipster douchebag. His personality did a complete 180 over the course of the summer. But also another reason is that like, we did not talk about like problems or things that we were having. We were just kind of gliding by on this idea of like, oh, we're just like, everyone wants us to be together. Oh my God, we're the perfect couple. We're so good for each other. Da 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 da. So we just glided by on that. And anytime there was any sort of unrest that either of us felt, just ignored it. So I think lack of communication is one. If you are the one constantly reaching out, and the other person just seems really flippant about stuff, flippant about meeting up with you, flippant about the plans that you make with them. If you feel like this person that you're really invested in is suddenly not investing as much time in you, I think that's also a bad sign. I also had some toxic friendships in like high school, and like it's people who like everything is about them, everything is about like how bad you make, like everything is your fault in regards to them. They don't take ownership over anything. If you make them, if they make you feel shitty, they'll figure out some way to spin it back around so that way it's your fault that you made them feel bad about something. I do not want to get into specifics, but it's like, or it's like you are constantly just going out of your way for this person who refuses to do the same for you, or just like doesn't even think about it. There's also, on the other side of that, I think also, there's also the danger of like, both in platonic and romantic relationships, there's the danger of putting someone up on a pedestal, and like idolizing a person, which is just dangerous. Because then that means that you don't see them as like human necessarily, and so your perspective on them is like really skewed and warped. I think the signs of like a healthy relationship, platonic or romantic, is communication. You're super communicative. It's clear that you want to make time for each other. You can be honest with each other. Like even like in my relationship with Connor, we will tell each other, hey, I'm taking like a self-care day. Hey, I'm like taking care of myself tonight. I love you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. And I'm like, cool, great, awesome. Because we're being honest and open, and I'll do the same thing to my best friends. Like if we have, we've made plans and then suddenly I just feel like a pile of human garbage, I will be like, hey, I know that we've made plans to go out tonight. I feel absolutely awful. And a lot of the times they'll be like, is there anything we can do to help? And they'll be like, coming out with us might actually help. And I'll be like, you're right. Or I'll be like, I really don't want to go anywhere. And they'll be like, we'll come to you then. So people that want to help you and want to support you, people that don't get like bitter about your successes, that's something I have dealt with a lot in like high school and stuff, is because people love being jealous. So I think be wary of that. Listen to your gut. Listen to your gut. Your intuition knows more than you think it does. Just be kind and honest and communicative. And I think if you can kind of hit those three pillars, then like the relationship will grow and change as you continue to grow and change alongside this person. So like one of my best friends in the entire universe, Brooke, I've known her for 16 years. We have both changed a lot in that time, obviously, but our relationship has only gotten stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, because with her I can be my most weird, like sad, depressed, anxious, whatever it is self that I am, and she loves me unconditionally. She accepts me for what it is. We help, and I do the exact same for her. Of course, we try and help each other through things. She is my rock and my soulmate, and like over those years, like we've seen each other grow, we've seen each other make mistakes, we've helped each other through these like really rough patches. And I think the key to a healthy relationship is just talking to and supporting the people that you love and care about. I think that's all it is. Yeah, cool. I love you, Angie. I hope that was helpful. Wow, this was the longest tea time ever, but we all like a long rambly tea time, don't we? I blame it, don't blame me. I blame it on the sweet tea I've been downing since like 10 a.m. this morning. So yeah. And also I'm so sweaty, so I'm gonna go sit in front of my fan for like 20 minutes. Yeah, I've like totally sweated through this shirt. Glamour. Also, there have been a couple of people commenting on my YouTube videos that I say too much. And I'm like, you know what? You try just spitting things out, because if I didn't say I would just be quiet for like 10 seconds at a time. I mean, and then I guess I could just jump cut it. I don't know. But now I get self-conscious about how much I say because I've read actually quite a few comments on it. And it's fine. It's fine. I do what I want. I'm living my life. I'm doing my best. I love you so much. I'm a busy bee. I've got a lot of stuff in this little brain of mine. I hope you enjoyed this tea time. I hope it was helpful. I apologize for the rambles. No, I don't. I love rambling. I've been inside my apartment all day, so I think I just needed to talk. I am gonna finish this tea and try and figure out a way and continue listening to My Favorite Murder. So, oh, I love you. Stay brilliant. We will talk soon. And I'm excited to show y'all Vancouver. It's gonna be my first time in Canada, and it's gonna be my first time riding a train in the States, because I rode a train like every day in the 5th grade when I was in Sweden. But I've never ridden one in America, so I'm stoked. Stay brilliant. #resist. As the ladies from My Favorite Murder say, fuck politeness. Stay sexy, don't get murdered. And yeah, you're valid as hell. Cool. I love you lots. Bye.